Oh, come on, hurry up. Hey everyone, welcome to the semi-final stage of the tournament. I am here hopefully with Ketrock. Yes, Ketrock's about to join me. Hello, welcome Ketrock. Sorry,
Yeah.
we started a second ago because I wasn't sure how long you were going to be. And my cat has decided to go loopy in the corner. I can't decide if she needs to get out the door, so I need to go and yeah, there we go. Cat has been evacuated successfully, so we are good to stream. Welcome everyone. Yeah, Ketrock, your camera isn't on, in case you are wondering. But
I think it is on actually. Might be.
okay, Cat
I'll
is back.
stop and start it again.
That's okay. We are good to do. While you do that, I will. Come on. There we go. We can see your lovely face. Welcome.
All right, awesome.
All good. So yeah. In the meantime, we were up to this stage, I think. Let's just take a look quickly at our bracket to see where we are. You can see last week we had Ketrock, who unfortunately lost a tier, and Sharkbot came through against Kaninana to set up a nice semi-final tier against Sharkbot, which is going to be a fun one coming up later, I think. Tiers always comes up with some weird challenges, and like, I think the Thor tactics was super cool last week to see, even if it was a bit disappointing for you. But
Yeah, it was very strong. I like the way it made Cyclones completely useless.
yeah, no, that was really cool. And of course, in the other semi-final, Eris taking a pretty dominant win against Dominion Dog and MicroMachine, just about scraping through against Benbot by finding that proxy marauders tactic of just kind of like
Yeah.
find that one tactic and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. So that was really cool to see as well. But yeah, anyway, first up today, we have the first semi-final, and our first spot is, of course, going to be the favourite for the tournament, I'd say. But at the moment, I'll go away, stupid.
I've already started loading the Eris replay just based on that comment.
Yes, sorry. Cat's gone a bit crazy today. She's running around all over the place. Um, Yes, so Eris, only map loss so far was actually against MicroMachine. So these two have faced each other in the in the round robin round, or the Swiss round, shall we say. It did come out as an Eris win, but only just, and it gave Eris the tightest game so far. So, you know, definitely good chance for other bots. And that is MicroMachine, of course, the second seed for the tournament. So it is the top two seeds facing off against each other here. Though, yep, did just about scrape through the quarterfinals against BenBot. So,
Yeah, Benbot found a kind of a leak in MicroMachine's play. Was able to beat 2 out of his 3 strategies, but not the third. So MicroMachine continues. Yeah. And these two always put up a good fight against each other, usually
yeah,
favoring Eris, but it's never like a one-sided landslide, that's for sure.
no, definitely. All right. So with that, shall we take a look at our first game?
Yep, I'm all set to go.
Sorry, that's the wrong one. I'll put that one on instead. Um, okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, up in the top left, it is our tournament favorite, the number 1 seed. It is Eris.
And also in the top left, it is the blue Terran. It is MicroMachine.
Right, left. You know, it's the same thing.
And right away realizing we're on Stargazers, which is the kryptonite for MicroMachine,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
MicroMachine's had a few problems with his map in the past. Mostly centered
But
around,
maybe,
yeah.
yeah, maybe it'll mess up his build order in a way that'll benefit him because he probably does need some sort of unexpected edge to get ahead of Eris.
Yeah,
Maybe he'll build more command centers early or something to compensate. We'll have to see.
yeah. Stargazers does have this nice little hidden base in the top, just in the top middle area. MicroMachine historically has been confused by these minerals and not able to mine them and left a command center floating above them. So
Yeah, and MicroMachine's actually sending out an SCV that has not been scouted by Eris. Looks like it's going to proxy in a location that Eris has already pre-scouted, so I don't think he's going to come back here again.
ooh, I wonder if
Oh
this
no,
was gonna,
as I say that, I
yeah,
clicked on the drone and it's coming back there again.
yeah.
So I was just like, let me just double check that spot one more time.
It is so hard to proxy against Eris. Eris just checks everything.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of strengths to making a Zerg bot, but certainly holding cheese
yeah,
and all-ins is not one of those strengths, so you want to be extra vigilant in scouting it down and reacting correctly. But yeah, that's a dead SCV, and with that SCV dead, MicroMachine immediately cancels the barracks.
yeah, it cancels that proxy tactic as well. So,
Yeah, and no second production structure now, so it's
mm,
yeah, this is all interesting.
yeah,
Switching to
he's
Reaper, I guess the tech lab was going to be Marauder Rush, but then he just canceled that whole idea.
he's
So
floating.
now the tech lab kind of serves no purpose,
Yeah, he's floating a lot of minerals there as well. So
which is fine because
yeah,
if he's going to transition into macro play, he needs to get that command center
yeah,
down pretty soon.
this might be what he's doing. But even now, he seems above the 400 needed. With the Reaper coming across, wouldn't expect to see it get many kills, but you never know. Might pick up one.
Yeah. So it might be something a little hard coded in this build from MicroMachine. He probably assumes he has 2 barracks and that should spend all of his money, but since the second barracks is cancelled, instead he's just banking a bunch of money. With that said, though, the command center does finally go down in the main base there.
Yeah, spend it. Yeah, this Reaper again, taking a few hit points off of some Zerglings and a couple of hit points off some workers, and that's about it really.
Yeah, Air's doing a good job of pulling away drones when they do get low in hit points, so
Yeah.
not much opportunity for this Reaper until now, as these
Two
drones
coming
are...
out. Yeah. Yeah. The work micro is just too good from Eris.
Yeah, handling micro, like literally not a single unit has gone down.
Yeah.
And yet that Reaper's probably done like 300 hit points of damage or something.
Yeah, could have taken down the hatchery by now almost.
Just getting his first Zergling kill at
There
the
we go. Yeah.
4-minute mark almost.
Oh.
Yeah, so MicroMachine's distance mining his interior base, and yeah, he doesn't know what to do with the command center. So
it's not a good look for MicroMachine, unfortunately.
no. Yeah, I think we saw this again in game 2 versus Eris when they faced each other in the group stage.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of a simple victory for Eris as MicroMachine just had the floating CC from the start of the game.
Since Reaper's still over here, and even though the Reaper isn't getting any damage, no kills on him, or just 2 kills on him so far, like he's seeing everything that Eris is doing.
Yeah, but now with speed down on the Lings, and a lot of Lings actually being created.
Ooh.
That's the end of that Reaper.
Yep.
Banshee is on the way.
So another CC now under production from MicroMachine, but oh no.
Yeah, and MicroMachine deciding to land his command center away from the minerals, but still not far enough away. As it doesn't account for the fact that there's a 3-cell gap minimum between command centers and minerals.
Oh, of course, yeah. So another problem that MicroMachine has here is this tank is on the high ground protecting the hidden base instead of protecting any Zerglings that are going to come into the main.
Yep. Also a whole bunch of mutas coming across the map, so it doesn't matter where the tank is, it's not going to be doing well versus those.
Not going to be doing much, yeah. So MicroMachine's like, plan on harassing with air units, that's my strategy, and this Raven could be in danger. No. Cyclone managing to feel okay with a couple of mutas, but now they're on top of the workers, and that's going to be problems for MicroMachine.
Yeah, Mutamicro actually disabled the locks of the Cyclones. He wasn't able to hold the lock, but that command center actually gives some vision to the mutas, so it allows the lock-ons to stay at the full 14 range.
So that's why you put it there.
Yeah, it's a spotter for the Cyclone, a very expensive spotter.
So Raven going down.
Yeah, Cyclone doing work now. Every lock-on's killing a muta.
Yeah. A couple of workers going down now, and this is not good news for MicroMachine. With just 33 of them. Every worker is precious.
One thing I will say for MicroMachine is that it looks like Eris is still using its, like, quote-unquote backup plan.
Yeah.
Going with the mutas, because that's what went 2-0 for him in the previous series between these two.
Yeah.
So if MicroMachine can handle this on a proper map, then you know, that'll take him to a game 3.
Yeah,
give him a chance.
Possible. Certainly, if the proxy doesn't get scouted as early, then that always stands a chance. But yeah, I think Eris has got a lock on this game at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, behind the scenes, Eris is up to 5 bases now while he's dancing around with these mutas, so.
Yeah.
This shows that Cyclones are pretty strong versus these mutas, though. Too bad MicroMachine didn't have more of them.
Yeah, a few more.
Because killing one muta every 30 seconds isn't going to get him back into this game.
Replace that, yeah. And now down onto the workers again. These mutas.
Auto turret actually picking up 2 kills, interestingly enough.
Yeah. That's a bit of miss micro from Eris, which you don't often see.
That was another thing that Tyr was very strong against Tetrarch in last week, was his ability to not take any damage from auto turrets.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I can pull back for 4 seconds and wait for that to expire, no problem.
Yeah, and now double the supply for Eris. Don't know if his mic meters.
I mean, news loss is about 2-1 for MicroMachine. There is a second Cyclone now, so that's going to double the muta kills going on here.
That's going to be good news for MicroMachine. But again, it's just not enough. And you're right, like, Eris losses are huge, but Eris has never been the most efficient bot, has it? It's always... it wins by overwhelming its opponents and taking the map. It doesn't necessarily win by having huge unit efficiency. So,
Yeah. And like maybe MicroMachine has a chance if it's just mass muted till the end of time, but I think at some point Eris is probably going to transition into
yeah.
other tech. I can see roaches being built right now. Infestor's already on the way.
Yeah.
So I think the muta portion of this game has ended.
Yeah, there's a bunch of roaches on the way.
And MicroMachine actually having too many Vikings, I think. This was an issue, I think, in the previous series. All this is coming back to me now. Where he built too many Vikings and couldn't kind of lost his initiative.
Yeah, I think again it would have been so much better if he'd have had another base to build off of, but
yeah. I'm not even sure if that's the same command center there, hovering over that base. That might be a new one. He might have sent two CCs to expand to a non-takeable base.
I definitely remember the muta getting at least some damage down on it, so unless he's been repairing it, of course, which is possible. So
stop hiding and fight insect. You're seeing burrow.
Yeah, it's mutas and roaches now coming across. All those Vikings are getting wild down by the fungal growth. Yeah. And MicroMachine with just 50 workers and no real income at all. It's not mining from his second base, and his first base is almost out of minerals. Oh, and a nice fungal growth on top of all of those SCVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm
about... commands are still alive, but...
yeah, I think I'm
about to hold this ramp for a while.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, let's call this game. GG, 1-0 for Eris. Well played. Yes, and Rasper is correct. We are moving on to new maps for the next season, so this is the last time MicroMachine has to experience this bug.
Yeah, I believe next season there's no pocket expansions we have to worry about.
Yeah.
So, one of the new sets of code, one of the only new set of code I've written recently is now going to be worthless for next season.
That's good. Still that thing where MicroMachine's going to fly into the corner of the map. It's like, come on, bring some mutas, or we're just going to let it burn out. No, we're just going to let it burn out. It's fine. GG.
Let him burn.
Burn, baby, burn. Yes. Alright. Let's have a look at game 2.
So game 2 will be on Hardwire.
Yep.
Okay, so that game was kind of a given, you know.
Yeah.
When MicroMachine doesn't get to expand until he takes his third base, you can't do that against a bot like Eris.
Yeah, against Eris, like, you need every little piece of advantage you can. And like I say, the main thing with Eris is he will beat you up, sort of like, not necessarily efficiently, but by throwing all the units and minerals he can at you until you break. And I mean, obviously there's far more to it than that. But if you can, the way I know that Ketrok, your bot has beaten Eris in the past is basically by kind of like taking all that damage and trying to just kind of like keep those expansions up and trying to win through efficiency. So, but obviously if you can't get a second base up, you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So
I remember a classic game from a long time ago versus Spiny, which is kind of like Eris version 1.
Yeah.
And it was just basically 30 minutes of him plowing everything he could into like a fortified planetary position.
Yeah.
Until he finally broke through.
All right, I'm good to go with game 2 when you are.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Alright, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, up in the top right hand corner of Hardwire, we are MicroMachine.
And in bottom left, up 1-0, we have the red Zerg Eris and SCV heading out already.
Yeah,
That's
so
gonna be a proxy Rax, very first one, first
yeah,
Rax.
chosen strategy is proxy cyclones according to MicroMachine, so that's deviating from the first one.
Yeah, I've always liked this build out of MicroMachine. Probably
Yeah,
best versus Protoss because Zerglings are pretty good versus Cyclones,
yeah.
but gateway units are not good versus Cyclones. So, oh, his
Oh,
position was blocked, and now he picked a new position, but he's sending a new SCV to set it up. So from all the way across the map.
oh, that's gonna really delay him.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh, that's terrible. He's not gonna have a barracks forever, or orbital, or a factory. Looks like he's not even gonna take his gas until he has a barracks.
I mean, he's
that
stocking up those minerals, but yeah, that's not gonna be good.
that drone being in the wrong place at the wrong time for MicroMachine has slowed this build down by like a full minute.
Oh.
And I think it's gonna be close.
Oh,
No, it doesn't get spotted. Okay, second Rax at least does not get spotted. And by second I mean delayed first.
yeah, but is that gonna actually work out in MicroMachine's favor? Because Eris isn't going to spot this for a very long time. I
Yeah, so
mean,
with bots, typically when you're scripting them, you want to have like a very precise, hard-coded build order to start with, and then you can kind of make it much more dynamic as the game goes on, just based on your resources and what your needs are. But the problem with the hard-coded portion of a build order is when something unexpected happens and you haven't accounted for it, like in this
yeah,
situation,
yeah,
having to send out another SCV from home. Just really kind of messed this build up big time. It did allow him to expand probably much earlier than he wanted to, so at
yeah.
least you'll have a quick command center, but this Cyclone attack is going to come super late.
So he is sending a Reaper in now. Again, super late Reaper, even though it's a
Actually, only
proxy.
at
Yeah,
38 gas as well.
yeah.
So,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, this is going to get thrown off.
Yeah, this Reaper is not.
Normally, it does make for a good build, though, right? You use the
Yeah,
proxy racks to build the tech lab, so you get the fastest possible Cyclone. And then the barracks itself becomes a spotter for the Cyclone, so you can maintain that 14 range leash on enemy units. So, it's very, very strong build.
yeah.
And something a bot can handle microing.
So factory is on the way up. The Reaper doesn't really get anything done. Oh yeah, one Zergling down. Better than nothing.
Yeah, it's already better than the first 300 attacks from the last game's Reaper, which injured but killed nothing almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so it looks like the Cyclone thing is completely out of this. He's building the factory at home. No tech lab on the proxy barracks. So yeah, I think whatever went wrong with this build allowed him to just break out of the going proxy Cyclone. He's just going to play it more macro style.
Yeah. So that's fine. And Starport going up. But yeah, it's quite a lead for Eris already.
Interestingly, no third base out of Eris, but I guess that's by design. I think this is trying to rush out mutas more or less as quickly as possible, so
yeah.
just quick 4 gas and instead of the fast third hatchery.
Yeah, just seeing the Spire on the way.
A lot of mining being disrupted by this Reaper.
Yeah.
Again, no kills, but there's like 5 or 6 drones that refuse to go back to the mineral patches because they're low in health.
Yeah. And the Reaper is going to get away. Oh, so interestingly, the third hatchery from Eris is being placed down right on the proxy barracks. So MicroMachine knows exactly what's going on. And these queens could be caught out here, possibly.
Yeah, but with only Marines, you can't do much against those queens.
Yeah.
Looks like they're both gonna have enough for a transfuse soon. And I can't recall whether queens can transfuse off creep in the current patch we're using. I think they can't.
No, I don't think they can.
I think we got everything except for the newest balance patch. And this is from 2 balance patches ago.
Yes, so let's just take a look at the losses tab here, because there's nothing on it from MicroMachine yet, and there's 15 Zerglings that have gone down from Eris. So after the kind of like quite bad start, I think MicroMachine's doing okay, and it's going to take out this hatch.
Yep, their base is going to go down. Queens are going to go down. Hatch is going to go down. Now, this whole build for Eris is banking on the fact that there's going to be quick mutas, so we're going to have to see what the mutas are capable of. Immediately jumping a siege tank is a good start for them. But if they try to defend against the medevac and Marines with, well, without any upgrades, but still, Marines and the medevac still pretty strong.
Yeah, so the hatchery has gone down. The mutas are basically focusing on defending against this attack rather than getting any damage.
Yeah. But I do like the way they are attacking. They're mostly afraid of groups of Marines, but when they catch 1 or 2 off on their own, they'll group up and attack. So they're getting rid of these Marines. And of course, the weak mutas being pulled back and their fast regen basically means these Marines are not going to kill any mutalisks.
Yeah, this Marine's not taking any damage here. No damage yet, but the mutas are going into the main.
Yeah, we do have that Cyclone Holo, but don't lose it! Oh no, the Cyclone goes down! That was his best weapon in the previous game versus these mutas.
Yeah. So with that out of the way, is there any... It's just really Marines and a couple of Vikings there to really deal with the mutas. That should be just about be enough.
Yeah, a couple of Vikings. Another Cyclone is out in the field.
Yeah.
Third base going down yet again for Eris, but actually behind the third command center of MicroMachine. Yeah, and with the mutas under control, I'm not sure this is looking good at all for Eris. Like, he probably doesn't have the economy to have that strong transition like he did last game. And MicroMachine does not have any floating command centers like last game, so...
Yeah, I mean, this is... MicroMachine is dealing with everything really well. Like, these queens are
putting on a lot of pressure.
Oh,
yeah,
3 queens down in the middle as well. That is not good.
And that's the majority of the defense.
Yeah.
All those transfuses off the table now.
So there's not a few queens here, but yeah, they look like they're going down as well. They can transfuse here on creep. Yeah, another 3 queens go down and all the workers are pretty much forfeit here.
Yeah, if there's one thing the MicroMachine does extremely well is that he doesn't allow you to get away with anything.
Yeah.
So Eris trying to transition, get a third base up, drone a whole bunch. MicroMachine's like, no. The moment I got these mutas under control, I'm coming right across the map, and if you're weak, I'm gonna come make you pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, third hatch is down.
So, and...
Cyclone still collecting, like, muta kill after muta kill. He's up to 9 kills, and I think most of them are mutas.
Yeah, I think so. He's got a few workers. And...
Yeah.
Now the natural is under fire from Eris. Eris loses this. I mean...
Yep, third base getting denied again. Mutas that were across the map got denied as well. So many Vikings and Cyclones now. I think mutas are mostly a waste of minerals or a waste of gas at this point. Yeah, there's no mining for Eris. He just lost. There's no mining at the main, the natural or third base. So it's just the 5 patches left in the main.
Yeah.
He has to build off of.
That's not going to be great.
No, I'm trying to think of a way back into this for
no, there
Eris.
really isn't.
There isn't one. No.
No.
Marines are upgraded at this point. They got stim, combat shield, and +1.
Yeah.
So it's not like mutas can jump them so easily as they did before.
So third base is alive and up, but again, you can't really mine from there because there's just too much MicroMachine there.
Yeah, the mining has restarted at the natural though.
Yeah.
One thing Eris did do is pull all of drones back into his main base, so he did have a drone count to saturate it when the opportunity came.
Yeah.
But what does he have for an army? I see like a queen and a hydra.
Yeah.
Like that's the army right now.
It's like a couple of hydras on the way. Yeah. Trying to get these workers out of here is almost impossible. I think MicroMachine's done it. I'm calling it there. Let's go fast forward as the last queen goes down. GG MicroMachine taking a game back. Let's have a look at the APM. 50,000 for MicroMachine at the moment. Yeah.
Well, that would be the last opportunity for Eris.
Yeah.
MicroMachine's APM goes too high and it causes that bug in the API
Yeah.
where his units just stop doing things.
Don't think that's going to happen, sadly.
I've seen it happen as low as 60,000 APM.
Yeah. But even
But
that, it's
normally you gotta go up
recoverable.
around 100 plus for it
Yeah.
to happen. There's no like set rule to it. It just if it's a long game and your APM super high, you're risking it. Is basically the idea.
I think if you've got that many units out on the field, then you're going to be controlling each one individually. You're going to rack up the APM pretty significantly, pretty fast. So yeah.
So the strategy there is you send out an SCV all the way across the map, then you send out another SCV all the way across the map because ignore the first one.
Yeah.
And then you build a barracks as a spotter for when he takes his third base.
Yes.
And then when you see the third hatch, you attack.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's really like going to work in a human game, but yeah, it should be fun. All right, I'm good to go with game number 3 when you are ready.
I'm all set.
Cool. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, down in the bottom left on inside and out, looking to come back from the first beat is Eris.
And spawning in the top right, we have the blue Terran MicroMachine, which I tried to say as quickly as possible because I see something interesting here. We have a unique strategy out of Eris. I think we've only ever seen it once, and we haven't seen it against MicroMachine.
Yeah.
And that is Swarm Host Nidus play. So
yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, lost with the he lost with his standard strategy in the group stage versus MicroMachine. Now he's lost with the Muta build.
Yeah.
Now he's going to go for some Nidus shenanigans.
If I remember correctly, like Eris with this strategy gets that Nidus and gets the Swarm host up super fast. We're talking like, you know, inside like 4.5 minutes ish. So, you know, it's you're not gonna have to wait around long for action in this game, guys. I don't think. So, but there is a proxy for MicroMachine. Has it been spotted? It will get spotted now. Yep. Okay.
So at least that seems like a proper reaction out of MicroMachine. Like he's actually stating in the chat that he's stopped cheesing.
Yeah.
Last game he kind of still stuck with it even though it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, there's no
This time he's like probably fully transitioning.
Yeah,
so.
there's no second SCV coming out, so that's a good sign, I think. Well, a good sign in terms of like it's the proper way to play. A bad sign in terms of what worked last game, I guess.
Yeah, and okay, I take back what I said too. So MicroMachine's still saying 6 in gas, so
yeah,
he's gonna have a gigantic gas bank with not much to do with it. I think his build is a little thrown off by getting spotted there.
Yeah, so
we'll allow him to have fast tech. Something like Banshees might come in handy to deal with this Swarm Host play that's probably coming on 2 base, as Eris is also on 6 gas, so both bots doing a very tech-heavy opener, not so much on the macro front. Yeah. MicroMachine does get to take advantage of the bunker mining, as the 2 gas geysers are next to each other, so allow him to put 1 worker back, 2 workers back into minerals.
Yeah, you can get enough from 2 on each one then. So expansion coming down from MicroMachine.
Also, shout out to the sometimes forgotten author of Eris. And when you think of Eris, we think of Rasser being the author, and I'm sure he's probably done most of the work. But if I had to guess, I'm going to guess the Nidus play is mostly done by Paul.
Yeah.
Paul is the author of an old bot who only did Nidus rushes.
Yes.
So if this strategy was added to the bot after Paul joined the team, I'm sure this is probably a lot of it is his code there.
Paul's bot was fantastic when that happened. I think I remember one ProBots tournament where like it was literally every game would just be like Swarm Host Nidus, or just Nidus into anything really.
Yeah, as these bots evolved, like in the beginning, every bot would just one base cheese, and then they started getting a lot smarter and better at macro to the point where every bot was very well developed, except Paul, who is still able to qualify for tournaments with just his one base Nidus all in. It's like the last of the all in bots is still able to make the top 16.
So,
Nowadays, it's that 12 pool bot taking that role.
so the Nidus network is scanned by MicroMachine very early. Literally just gone down. It's like, worms, really? Yep, you're going to be facing worms.
Interesting. I wonder how MicroMachine will handle that. So I don't think he's faced like a macro Nidus play before, like back when this bot was actively being developed. So when he sees worms, he probably just thinks he's getting all in.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
So I think we see the Overlord ready to deploy the Nexus, the Nidus. Not the Nexus. And immediately spotted by MicroMachine as well. Oh, he's on top of this. But what reaction does he have?
Yeah. If these Reapers can actually make the Locusts land and not fly into the main base, that would be good for him. There's actually not committing into this Nidus room. Nothing's coming out, so Marine's going to flick off this Overlord and then kill the worm.
Yep. So first one is very well dealt with by MicroMachine.
Yeah, now the Stormhosts are like, okay, we'll just walk across the map then.
Yeah.
And this is where the activity of MicroMachine can come in really handy. As long as he doesn't fight Locust, if he sees the Locust and runs away. Okay, so he's gonna. Well, you kind of don't have a choice but to fight them because they're they're faster than unstim Marines. Okay, first wave dealt with. Okay.
Yeah, I think he got more damage from his own tank than he got from the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the short range of the Locust does mean there could be friendly fire he has to worry about.
Yeah.
Next wave, the Locust actually missed the army altogether. Huh.
So a couple that went.
This could be trouble, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a large army here. Okay, the Locusts are not being prioritized, so the siege tank does go down, and so will the Marines. That was a very good Locust wave dealing with the entire army.
Yeah, that was crazy good there from Eris.
And meanwhile, Locusts are in the main base trying to deny the factory. Did he get the add-on?
But you should be able to deal with that, I think. Oh, shit.
Well, he's got to repair that factory soon, otherwise it's going to burn. Okay, there comes the SCV now.
Yeah, should be able to deal with that.
Trying to expand, I think... Oh, there's actually space to build that command center.
Oh,
so
no, yeah. Oh, that is the worst place to be putting that because you're going to get some... you're going to get some Locusts come out pretty soon. Oh well. There we go.
Doesn't mean the Locusts are unlikely to fly into the main, though. Yeah, they're just going to cancel that command center instead. Which is still a win, but probably assume you'll get better than a typical Locust wave, so in a way good for MicroMachine.
Yeah. So Locusts up here as well, taking out a bunch of Marines. Yeah, those tanks are doing some serious damage.
Yeah. You kind of need a larger Marine count to really deny these Locust waves, but it's not bad as long as you're kiting the Marines backwards and siege tanks won't do friendly fire.
See, we do have a landed Viking there. Oh, okay, we did. But yeah, that's another cancel. The Viking was walking around on his legs rather than taking the flight.
Yeah. It's actually kind of good for Eris that he's not blocking that third base location. So now MicroMachine is just going to continually try to expand there unsuccessfully.
Yeah, it's going to be a big problem for MicroMachine because again, you got yourself stuck on two bases. Like.
Yeah, all of his tanks going down again to another Locust wave. There's just no army for MicroMachine. He keeps losing it over and over again.
Yeah. as finally the swarm hosts do get spotted by the scan.
Yeah, not enough time to kill them though.
We got one. Got one of them.
That's the one. I do like how Eris starts burrowing before scan is complete. That's not something I would have expected. He's like, it takes 2 seconds to burrow, so I'm going to start burrowing as the scan is coming to completion.
Well, that's a really nice little touch there, I think.
And that's just one of those effects that disappear from the API before it should, like corrosive bile.
Possibly, yeah.
It might just be a fluke. Okay, a bunch of SCVs going down. I don't think he's going to get that planetary though. If the planetary finishes, then those Swarmos are going to be in trouble as soon as he gets scanned. Oh no, it's not a planetary. It's an orbital.
Oh, it's an orbital, yeah. Oh, but the Banshee is doing like a nice amount of damage to these swarm hosts.
Yeah.
And those scans as well. There's no getting away from the Banshees with a swarm host. Not really the unit you're born to fight.
Yeah, speed Banshees are probably the best unit, maybe the best unit in the game versus Swarmos.
Yeah.
They can just kind of be where you need them to be. They do a lot of damage to Swarmos, kill them quickly, and don't take any damage in return.
So yes, MicroMachine looks like it's stabilizing a bit. It's able to get the third base up now, even if there are some swarm hosts there. Like the fourth base is not. It is available, but yeah, on the way.
Yeah, he's mining there, but the army supply has just been knocked back so frequently. Behind in units lost, but also behind by like 2 bases. And I think the Swarmos portion of this game is more or less over. I don't think that Eris is going to be building anymore. So I see a Spire coming up, a lot of Hydras on the way. Maybe a Lurker transition.
So nice little circling one by on the third as well.
Yep.
Well dealt with by the tanks. Luckily no friendly fire.
Yeah, I noticed when other units burrow, like say roaches, MicroMachine will scan to try to finish them off.
Yeah.
But when lurkers burrow, he just forgets that they even exist. He's like, well, not lurkers, I mean Swarmos.
Yeah.
Whenever they burrow, he just is like, okay, all clean.
They don't do any damage. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, sometimes you do things generically like that, right? Like, if unit can attack, then you consider it a threat. But there's threatening units that can't attack, like spellcasters and Swarmos, for instance.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Even carriers technically can't attack, only interceptors can.
Yeah, but, I mean, taking out the intercepts is a valid tactic as well, so yeah. Unfortunately, they have a lower hit priority now since the last update. That doesn't really affect bots, so human play it definitely affects.
Yeah. Although oftentimes the only unit in range is the interceptor. The carriers are too far away. So if you're just aim moving, you're still going to end up shooting the interceptors.
Yeah.
But it does make it easier to focus fire down the carriers if you're going to try to jump underneath them.
Yep.
Yeah, those 3 Stormhosts are still getting so much value. Looks like one more of them was going to end up going down. So no, he locks onto his Zergling. The Zergling's a higher threat than his Stormhost.
Oh no.
Yeah, he literally doesn't consider Stormhost a threat. Probably because that has no attack.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
so funny.
they're getting taken down now by this Banshee here, which is good. Although one's going to waddle away. I say waddle
this
away.
barely gets the first one, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so that does solidify 4 bases for MicroMachine.
Yep.
He's got a lot of work to get back into this game, but at least he's got an economy.
Probably also kind of like trading pretty efficiently as well. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's pretty much double the units lost for Eris. And in terms of gas units lost, that's like what, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, I think the efficient part for Eris is just, oh my goodness. Yeah, units lost were, but was at 5,000, 5,000. Now it's at 16,000 to 6,000.
Yeah.
So it's gone very well for MicroMachine in the last few minutes. All the swarm hosts are gone, so that goes the efficiency. Yeah, so I think the transition into a lot of investors did not work out well for Eris, and yeah, that means we could have an interesting push. A lot of Hydra Roach coming up on the right-hand side.
Still
Does look like MicroMachine is set up very well to defend that third base, though.
There's still a lot of army lead there for Eris, but yeah.
Yeah, he's pushing into 5 tanks that have buffer, so there's no way he's taking out that base. The question is, will he retreat at a reasonable time? However, during this time, Eris has evacuated the 12 o'clock base of SCVs.
Yep.
And he's stolen the 3 o'clock base for himself.
Yeah,
so
the 3 o'clock base is going up. So MicroMachine really needs to take that back pretty soon.
MicroMachine is attempting to expand to Eris's 3rd base. He's like, so many bases are taken on my side of the map,
wow.
maybe he hasn't taken his own 3rd.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're going to be a bit disappointed there, MicroMachine. That's not the right base to expand to. But it does bring all of MicroMachine's army straight back. And we have battle cruisers now out of MicroMachine.
Yeah. I mean, we do need MicroMachine to solidify this 4th base and take a 5th. Otherwise, you know, as well as the trading was up until this point, it's going to get really bad afterwards.
Absolutely. So the VC jumps out and goes back for some repairs.
Oh my gosh, that one Siege Tank blast just killed 3 infestors with 1 shot.
Oh no.
That is value.
Yeah, this efficiency trading for Eris is not happening. Yeah, VC is also taking down another 3.
And MicroMachine's doing a good job going back and forth and like holding these 4 bases.
Yeah, and look at that efficiency. It's just going up and up and up for MicroMachine.
This is really a tough game to call.
Yeah.
If MicroMachine can max out, I think he'll have enough of an army to kind of deal with all the different fronts and try to establish a new base as well. And it looks like he will be able to max out. He's not really using units.
Yeah.
BCs are teleporting back and getting repaired. Bio has medevacs, not many of them, but a few.
This BC is in range of the Spore though, which is probably a bit of miss-micro there for MicroMachine. Although, that is a nasty army there for Eris. Oh,
yeah. Hitting some really nice fungals, I gotta say.
Yeah, a couple of fungals there. Another fungal goes down.
Oh gosh, he literally hit. Like the whole army's in a ball, including the air units. Beautiful.
Now is medevac's working double time?
Yeah. So I think the hope was for MicroMachine to max out, but the supply is actually dropping. He used to be like high 160s, now he's low 150s.
Down to the 140s, yeah. But there's still definitely a chance of a comeback here from MicroMachine.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, he's taking an amazing fight right now around this corner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with those tanks as well. Just sitting there, shelling them constantly.
MicroMachine kind of struggling for minerals, though, at the moment.
Yeah.
He has no minerals in his main or natural. 3rd and 4th aren't even mining gas. They're so desperate for minerals right now. And I think he's even prioritizing possibly distance mining with these SCVs.
Yeah.
Try to get more minerals.
Yeah, I think the problem is all of these bases are now taken, so distance mining is not really going to be a thing for MicroMachine. MicroMachine just really needs to hold on to his units, kill all of Eris's.
Like you can't win the game on 4 base. It's just,
Yeah.
you can be as efficient as you want. Like Zerg has what, 3, 6, 8, double the base count.
Yeah.
So eventually he's gonna have to push to 3 o'clock or the top left and try to establish one more base for himself.
4 to 8 is really not doable. I mean, 5 to 7 is possibly, you can maybe give it a go on that.
Take the devil. This is a very forward position now with these tanks.
Yeah.
Fortunately, kind of shelling his own units, those Zerglings spreading the damage quite well. Relaunch offensive. Those are the words you want to see from MicroMachine if you're cheering for him.
Yep. Relaunch the offensive, guys. There's so many workers as well, just huddled around those tanks. But it's almost like 2 SCVs for a tank.
Yeah, I think they're, like I said, I think they're trying to distance mine that 3 o'clock pace. They're just afraid of all these Zerg units, so they keep running away. Meanwhile, attack in the top left at the same time. Nice. Big heavy stim there from MicroMachine. That's a lot of lost hit points without any medevacs around.
Those
and stimming yet again.
Yeah. Those Hydras are not going to have any mercy for these Marines, unfortunately.
Third stim. Medevacs are finally arriving.
There you go, you got your healing. You got pretty much as much stim as you like now, but
yeah, all those Marines went down though.
Yep.
That's a big deal when you got a mineral drop.
That mineral parasite on the BC was big as well. There we go.
Yeah.
Taking that out.
Focusing it down.
Close.
That was Eris who jumped the jumped the BC away, by the way.
It? Yeah, like, wow, okay.
I don't see where it went. Maybe it still died anyways. No, it's in the main base. It survived. Eris saved it for him. He's like, nah, you can keep it. Okay, 3 o'clock base did go down in the meanwhile that was happening, as the siege tanks did not join the battle in the top right.
Oh, yeah.
So now these SCVs can distance mine.
I think he can even get a CC up there if he really wants to, but he just needs to get this creep back and get these get the rest of these drones killed.
Yeah, but that's why it was such a big deal they lost all his Marines, because now he can't afford to make Marines and he can't afford to make a command center. So distance mining might be all he has for now, at least for the next large while. Siege tank's going down to Speedlings. It's always beautiful.
Depends which side you're on.
I think that's one thing Zerg players should code in. Anytime there's a siege tank in range of your Zerglings, never retreat.
Yeah, just go for it.
Because that siege tank is going to do so much work for you. Just stay on top of the Terran army.
Another engagement up in the top left-hand corner with a nice duel onto the BC. It will get taken down. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, a little tensive on the Lings there. Probably could have gotten those 3 siege tanks. But then it wouldn't be a close game anymore, so I'm happy the tanks stayed alive.
For the sake of our tournament and excitement, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, MicroMachine's kind of taken like almost like a positioning lead. You know, he's kind of moved out into the middle of the map. He's handling the attack on the left. It's distance mining on the right, although there is a hatchery going up over there now.
Yeah, this fungal growth is just insane though. It's one thing that
between this.
Yeah. One thing Eris does so well is like positioning of those fungal growths right on top of the army.
Yeah, and that's all the bio again. Between the stims and the fungal growths, there's just more that these medevacs can handle. Yeah. And now all the medevacs died to fungals as well. That might be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, I think so. And
army supply is down to 86 for Terran.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a mining base besides his third base.
Yeah, there's nothing
I think that's it.
Mind there, and that's the third is almost out. And
game's so close. He took that 5th base just a moment too late. It was just when he was completely mineral starved that he cleared out that 5th base.
So
If
MicroMachine
he cleared it out a
has,
minute earlier, he could have taken it as an
yeah,
expansion.
MicroMachine has no minerals, and there is literally, like you say, no income at all apart from this third, which is out now. So where is he mining from? I guess
Yeah,
he's
just the
mining.
third.
Yeah, just the well, fourth, third. Yeah. So
Whatever it is, yeah,
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance now that MicroMachine takes on their base, so I think this game is more or less over, unless there's some world where Eris mines out the map and doesn't finish the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he is down 30,000 in cost efficiency, so
I mean
it's not
that's
like
possible.
the most unheard of thing.
That is
But I think
absolutely
once this bio
crazy.
can't be
Yeah.
replaced, then
Yeah.
I mean, 30,000 is a lot. That's like 2 bases
Ah.
of economy almost.
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy good. Like I say, I mean, if it was down 2 bases, like I think Micro Machine would have a good chance still. But like down 4 bases, I think you're gonna be in serious trouble. Oh.
Yeah, like I wanted to call it like a minute ago, but
Yeah, it's still.
I'm wondering if this could somehow end up in a draw. I'm just looking around the bases, like Harris has mined out 4, 5 bases, we'll say.
Yeah.
He's still got some minerals in his third, and then the 2 Micro Machine bases, he obviously has lots of money there. So he's got like 2.5 bases of minerals left to win this game.
Yeah. I mean, not even
Micro
full
Machine's got
bases
nothing.
there.
He's got
Yeah.
Micro Machine's got 2 mineral patches and
And that's
less than
it.
100
Yeah.
minerals in the bank. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is just 45 minerals remaining there, and
And like this distance mining mule is huge. It doesn't seem like a big deal. Micro Machine losing his third base, but that's not the end of the world because he's already mined it out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that fungal. Okay.
Oh, Fungal's on top
He
of the
cannot
army.
to
Yeah.
even take one of those.
Oh no, that is not good for Micro Machine.
Okay, now I'm ready to call it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then thanks on Siege at the worst moments.
GG. Eris is going to take the win here. Oh, there's just nothing left for Micro Machine. No income at all. So, yeah.
It's like, can he starve him out? And then like literally everything disappears to fungal growth. It's like, well, that was the answer nice and quick.
Yeah. Well, let's just see the victory screen. There we go. And goodbye. Good GG. Eris takes a 2-1 lead. So, yeah. That was a fun game. And like I say, it is always Eris's biggest problem is just efficiency. It, if it could actually get the efficiency of the trades up, it wouldn't be Eris for a start, but it would be completely dominant. So.
Yeah, let's not talk about that because there's probably some small tweaks Eris can make to never lose again.
Yeah, I don't want to be giving Rasper and Paul some ideas there. So
yeah,
you know, it's
I can't help it though. I always do.
Yeah.
Share my thoughts, but still, yeah. If it ever got more efficient, I mean, Zerg in general is not an efficient race,
No.
especially with bot micro usually favors the units that are fast and well ranged and stuff, not the melee units.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely some efficiency that could be added to Eris.
Yeah. All right, I'm good to go with game 4 when you are.
I'm all set.
All right, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, up in the top of Moondance, it is Eris.
And in the bottom rights, we have the Blue Terran Micro Machine on a match point here. If he loses this one, it's the end of the series. It's a best of 5 down 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, may want to update those scores.
Yes, just there we go.
Yeah, okay, this base does have a pocket base, but unlike the one on Stargazer, it's not blocked by minerals, so I don't think that'll hurt Micro Machine at all. And with Micro Machine's love of orbital commands, it might actually be good that he has a base that he can put a orbital at and not get harassed by Zerglings or anything.
Yeah. One thing it will do though is it will stop Micro Machine being as active on the map if he doesn't have to build his third out further, which could leave more room for the Swarm host Nidus, which is what Eris says he's going for. So we'll have to see.
That is true. This is a CC first out of Micro Machine, actually.
Yeah.
It's a more
That's,
greedier build than we're used to seeing.
yeah. Fast expand there. Again, possibly not. Against Eris, I'd normally say this was a good tactic, but against this Swarm Host rush, maybe not so much. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a layer-based all-in, so the value you get from going
Yeah,
CC first will still more than kick in time.
yeah,
So is he, if he continues to be greedy, then yeah, it's not going to be great. But if it's just like a CC first, then build a bunch of units on 2 bases, then this is like the best case
yeah,
scenario.
yeah,
He'll have the largest army possible by the time Nidus is hit.
yeah. There's some people in chat screen for 4v4 AI. Unfortunately, we did have a go at trying that when the API first came out, but the API is unfortunately limited to 1v1. You can only have a maximum of 2 agents connected, which means 2 bots, or you can have 1 bot and an observer if you want to. That's what we do on our other Twitch channel, where we have an auto observer connected and just going around observing the map. So yeah, unfortunately, no team games are allowed.
I mean, technically it could be possible. We'd have to create a bot that would manage other bots, basically. Like a bot to manage the team.
Oh,
And then,
yeah, but
although
how
I'm not
would
sure if he can
you?
even do team games.
Yeah, how would you? No, no, you can't do team games. So I think you could do 2v2 with the against a computer opponent. Ah, no, you
Okay,
can't
we
because
create a custom map where
yeah,
it'd have to be a custom map, and like whatever it is way too much work than we'd ever do. But
no, because if you are going against the computer, technically the computer counts as one of the agents. So you can only have 2 agents. And one of those would be the computer. So it may be possible to do unless if you actually built the default AI into the map. So, but I don't know how you do that. I think that would be possible though.
well, 4v4 doesn't require built-in AI. Assuming
Yeah,
we're talking 4 bots versus 4 bots.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, in theory you could.
I'm
That
picturing
would be
like doing
kind of
like
cool.
you do like a 1v1 on a 4v4 map, and then that
Yes.
each bot manages 4 other bots. So the 1v1 bots
Well,
are just 2 managers that manage 4
yeah,
opponent bots.
yeah. What you could do, like say, is just have the bot binaries loaded into a mega bot, and then
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut in, but the reason he went CC first is so he could build a planetary. So it's
Oh,
like that's how he stays safe, but he put the planetary in his
oh
pocket
no.
base. It's like the most least useful PF ever.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean, I
Yeah,
love planetaries, and even I can't get behind that one.
yeah. But that's not going to be fun. Oh, oh, MicroMachine. Um, but yeah, you've actually given me some nice ideas there. I think that's definitely possible. Um, but yeah,
Meanwhile, we do have an unspotted Nidus Worm coming up, and a very nice position, nice close range to the main base of MicroMachine. I am envisioning infinite damage coming in over there.
yeah. I think last time MicroMachine did see this in time, and
Oh,
oh,
but Banshee pops out right away and heads that direction.
oh
Okay,
no.
so much for unscouted. Beautiful. We'll have
Oh,
Scout denied, or sorry, Cloak denied, but that's not
yeah,
a bad thing.
yeah. This mansion is. These swarm hosts need to get back into that Nidus and get out of there, or burrow, you know. But yeah, not much damage being done from the. Although MicroMachine does need to fix up this starport before it goes down, and he's doing that as we speak, so that's good.
Yeah, did deny the Nidus. And now I was about to say the
No!
Banshee's gonna move on to harass, but then he saw another Nidus, so he's like, I can come back to that. Oh, one Marine sacrificing himself to soak up 4
Yeah.
Locust. That's a worthy trade, but 4 more do get to go into the main. And more Swarm hosts arriving.
Yeah, this is not
Coming the
looking good.
old-fashioned way.
Oh, Banshee does get at least one of those, possibly 2.
looks like that starport might go down. Yep, he's able to lift it off even though there's an add-on going on. It's something my bot's not smart enough to do.
Yep.
Like, I'm trying to lift up, but I'm building an add-on. There's no solution to this.
Yeah, sorry about that. But no, there's lots of these locusts here, and this Banshee is just ripping into it. But I'm sure it was
there's like one scan to
yeah.
kill a single Nidus, or to kill a single Stormhost at best.
Yeah.
So a scan per Stormhost is not. You can even see that's good for Zerg.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that Zerg is up to 4 bases now, and also killing a bunch of infrastructure.
MicroMachine's up to 3, and to be honest, there's not a lot of infrastructure that has gone down. I mean, it keeps getting stuck on this starport, but starport's still surviving. Or is it?
Is it though?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's good.
just barely.
And we've got a fusion core on the way, so possible battle cruisers coming in.
Yeah, I don't know quite what to say. We do have a 4th base on MicroMachine. Every base being an orbital, except the one that should be an orbital. Yeah.
I think it's doing better than it did last time. So
Fusion core does get taken down, as does the starport.
Armory.
And the engineering bay.
Yeah, sorry.
This is a beautiful place to launch locusts from, and there are 8 swarm hosts there, so that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That's 16 locusts coming in, and for perspective, like a locust does more DPS than a roach.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like having a 20 roach attack where the roaches dissolve over time.
If only they did that. Oh, and just pops up a couple of locusts just to take out the tanks, but it's not going to do that. Yeah. So the locusts in the main are doing some serious damage, and there's some locusts at the front as well, which are kind of distracting the army, but not really.
Yeah, this is so dominating. Those tanks are going to continually die in the front. Meanwhile, the whole entire main base is going to die in the back.
Yeah.
Just the fact that MicroMachine doesn't consider them much of a threat.
Yeah. Tank does go down. So a few of
that's pretty good.
was taken out. Yeah.
A little too late, I believe, but yeah, that was a nice little scan. I think he picked off like 3 swarm hosts there.
Yeah.
And it's not like Eris is massive. Yeah, it doesn't look like Eris is massive behind this either. Only just taking his 5th base now. So there is potential to come back, but
yeah,
he's got to get this under control like a minute ago.
Yes, definitely.
No, this is not possible. Let's try to get under control like right now. Like right now, if he wiped out all those swarm hosts on the left, maybe.
I don't think he knows they're there. I think he's just seeing like, you know, every locust wave come in and thinking like, well, okay, that's one army dealt with. He doesn't think, oh, it must have come from the swarm host in the area. As more locusts coming in.
But now that he's taking that expansion base, he might accidentally pull his army towards those storm hosts.
Yeah.
Get some kills that way. We're already up to infestor time in the game though. I'm already seeing some devastating fungals. Yeah. So this is looking like last game, but like 10 times worse for MicroMachine, and that's not a good sign. I do like that MicroMachine's rebuilt his production far away from his main base.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's exactly planned or if that's just by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good idea, MicroMachine. That is not the best place to place your swarm.
Yeah, I mean, but an entire locust wave just to get a cancel of the command center?
Yeah.
That's not bad. With that said, MicroMachine is getting pulled apart, getting attacked on multiple fronts.
Yeah.
Though attacking up the middle is not advisable for Eris here. Going out that nice little choke point with 5-6 tanks just staring at the choke.
Oh, you say that, but like those tanks just got taken down. So
Locust can fortunately fly over the tank area.
But what they can't do is they can't shoot floating structures, so the command center from MicroMachine's taken off.
It is funny how Eris teleports battle cruisers into the back of the Terran base, like to safety.
Yeah,
I bet originally he probably teleported them in the back of his own base originally, and then he started dying to BCs so that he teleported into his own base. So he's like, okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah.
Let's just get them out of the battle.
Get them out of there, yeah.
Get them out of the battle and don't put them where I'm weakest.
Yeah.
We have seen Kenny Nana builds his own little spore farm in his own main base just for that reason, though.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Somewhere to teleport the VCs to.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got that there and you've got like lots of units to take it on, then yeah, sure, teleport it back into your own base. But yeah, you need to have the actual damage there to take it out. Else you're giving them a nice little access to your mineral line, which is never a good idea.
Kind of cool. I just saw a Viking get hit with a parasitic bomb, and MicroMachine immediately landed the Viking to disconnect the parasitic bomb, walked out of the range of the parasitic bomb, and then lifted off again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you could do that actually. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a lot of Vikings, it's actually a good idea to land them all. Just to, not only does it disconnect it, but it takes all the other ones out of splash damage range.
Oh, nice.
As it's an air-only splash damage.
That's cool.
Maybe it was a bug that just kind of stayed in the game. I'm not sure if that was actually intended to work that way, but...
Oh, I guess it works, you know. I mean, you asked...
Interestingly enough...
Yeah. I'm sure if you ask the programmer, he'll say it's intended, but probably just a bug.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, there's actually a unit in the API called Parasitic Bomb Dummy.
Yeah.
And that's because the Parasitic Bomb has to be attached to a unit. So when you disconnect it, they create this like dummy invisible unit and then attach the Parasitic Bomb to that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's some real spaghetti code right there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're counting your own units, you might count more than you expect, as you might have some parasitic dummies in your army tab.
So 2 command centers floating down here as well. So that's not good, but so Lucas are going to be down here trying to take out the command center, but it's not going to happen.
We're not seeing that units lost tab that we saw last game. Last time when the BCs came out, it went to like 3-1 units lost tab. Now it's like, yeah, it's favoring Terran a little bit. The BCs are getting really good value. The models are nice, but the one thing I will say this game is he has a lot more battle cruisers than he did previously.
Yeah, this could be a problem for Eris, maybe. But
the nice thing about more BCs is if he's not so marine dependent, he's not going to run out of minerals so quickly.
Yeah.
Locust still going unanswered. 2 command centers attempting to expand to the 6 o'clock. If I can't land one, let me try to land both.
Yeah. We're going to send another one over there, have a command center party. Still really high army count with MicroMachine though. I still like if you get the right engagement, manage to barrel through, you could possibly do that. As I say, there's two VCs taken out. And another one of the tanks going. Now Eris is right on top of production in terms of this 4th base.
Yeah, tank count is down to 2. So there's BCs but nothing else basically at this point. Zergling's even getting some worker kills here and there. And those, let's check out these swarm modes from the start of the game. 13 kills, 12, 7, 5, 4, 6.
Yeah.
11. Basically 100 kills, and I think the majority of those are probably structures, so
Yes.
that is hard to
There's a few
have that
worker
happen
kills in
so in
there
the
as
game.
well. Yeah.
I say 2 siege tanks, it's
Oh.
now down to 1. Oh no, second one popped out. Back to 2 again. Yeah, so great showing out of MicroMachine, but I think this is the beginning of the end for him in this
Yeah.
tournament.
Unfortunately so. Micro Machine doesn't get updated lots these days, and it still manages to compete with all the best bots. So, still massive props to Micro Machine.
Mm-hmm. He's yeah, some of these BCs actually have over 30 kills.
Yeah.
Definitely doing work, but I guess a lot of these
Really
kills are
enough.
locusts as
Yeah.
well, which aren't, can't hardly call that a real kill.
Yeah. So the third base will get taken down, and with that, Micro Machine's chances. I'm going to speed this up because I don't think the. I think
Yeah,
it's all
especially
over.
looking at the game time, it could take a while.
Yeah.
Game out.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that. And Eris in no rush, and why would you be? Like, you've got Micro Machine on the ropes. There's no need to rush in and kill it.
Oh, I thought I know why planetary probably comes into effect later on. So
Oh,
like
yeah,
he's
of
in the
course.
corner protecting a planetary or something.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, and yeah, this is the last stand right here. I don't think it's going to last long, but
Yeah, although.
we'll see. Oh, does Eris know where to find this? Um, so, Zashi is asking if there's any reason we're playing on old maps. We do have the new maps now set up, and they will be in the next season. However, all the maps need to be specially modified so that we can play on them with the AI bots, and it does take some time and effort to do that. So we naturally tend to use some of the older maps, but hopefully that will be updated soon. And hopefully this game will finish soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on at 8 speed, guys. Come on, Eris. Stop playing with your food. Unless it might go to a draw. Could go to a draw. But, yeah.
Also, the version of StarCraft where we have to play on with the bots is so old that
Yeah.
we can't actually handle maps that have 4 levels. So,
Yeah.
like next season, we had to like add into like Team Liquid map contest maps because we couldn't
Yeah.
actually use some of the ladder maps.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, ladder's already on the new maps. The next
Yeah.
tournament, the ProBots tournament is coming up. Hey, found them.
There we go. GG.
Planetary finally paying for
Congratulations.
itself.
Yep. Congratulations to Eris, making your way into the final. Uh, let's see who they're going to face in that final. But yeah, it's Micro Machine. Again, not updated very regularly now, but still sort of like one of the best bots out there. Always making top fours, top twos, so yeah, brilliantly done. And we will
Yeah,
see.
Sharpened Edge and
Yeah,
Sharpened Edge and MicroMachine are the two bots that are strong enough to not
yeah,
be updated for months or years and still be able to qualify for these tournaments.
yeah, definitely.
At least until some new authors come along and push them down.
Yep, and yeah, and let's have a look at the two competitors in our next semi-final, shall we? First up, it is Tia. Seeded 10th, so it's the lowest seeded bot still in the tournament. Lost its first match of the tournament against Sharpened Edge, and since then has been pretty dominant. So, comeback win there. And suddenly taking out your bot in the quarterfinals. So, coming up with a really nice Thor tactic. I don't know if it'll use the same tactic against Sharkbot, against a Protoss bot, but we shall see, I guess.
Yeah. Tyr is always the wild card. He's the bot that's like usually like barely in the top 10 of the ladder, but then he for tournaments he comes out with the tricky stuff and he catches people off guards and sometimes wins the entire tournament. So
Yeah,
he's got some tournament victories under his belt.
and it's entirely possible he could do it this tournament. He will be up against Sharkbots by Shark Nice, coming into Shark Week next week, I think. So and with an almost perfect record, except for that one defeat against your bot in the final game. I would say almost perfect. There was a draw in that series as well, so it's currently 9 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw for the entire tournament. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Sharkbot's I think clearly the best Protoss bot we have on the ladder now, and yeah, so I'm gonna be happy to see either of these bots make it through.
Yeah.
Tyr obviously probably has some trick for Eris that he's got worked up his sleeve, and Sharkbot can both be tricky or try to take on Eris straight up because he's just like that strong of a bot in the macro games as well.
Yeah. What I would say though,
Actually,
it's
Tyr's being Eris in the past straight up as well. So
yeah.
yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean
First, we have to see this series though.
the problem with Tyr is like Tyr always comes in with some really nice tactics, but for this tournament, he's had to go through your bot, Ketrock in the quarterfinals, and has to take on a Protoss in the semifinals, and if he gets to the finals, would have to take on a Zerg. So it's very difficult to find a nice tactic for all 3 races, I guess. But we will see what Tyr has planned for Sharkbot.
I wonder if that Medevac Thor micro could work in any matchup.
I don't know.
We were seeing him use it as a way of like just lifting up the Thors quickly just for a split second just to break cyclone locks. But I bet he also uses them to ferry home weak Thors. And kind of use them like battle cruisers, right? Just go out, attack, do a bunch of damage to bring them home before they die.
Yeah.
And get this like infinite value out of them.
Yeah.
That could be a tactic, yeah.
That would be fun. Alright, I'm good with game 1 when you are.
I'm all set.
Alright, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, down in the bottom left-hand corner, it is our lowest ranked competitor still left. It is Tyr.
And spawning in the top right, we have the blue Protoss Sharkbot saying GLHF to TRT.
Yeah, one of the most polite bots we have. You know, unlike its...
Oh, that means we do have the correct opponent ID too, because you said TRT.
Yes,
I just realized this.
That's correct. So it is the... Oh, there's a proxy coming. There's a proxy coming. Already we have...
And a second probe going into the main base. Okay, we seem work for rush and cannon rush at the same time out of Sharkbot. I wonder if this is going to be something else.
So I think those 2 pylons there are all stealing the gas as well. They just hate it when bots do that.
Okay, no, I've seen this before. This is a Zealot all-in, and the point of those 2 pylons is to prevent the Terran from walling off before the Zealots get there.
Yeah. But
however, he is leading the SCVs to see the gateways, so now Tyr knows about the double gates. Whether his bot reacts to that at all is a different story.
But he is dragging 3 workers around, so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a significant lost mining time.
Yep. So, 3 gate, wait, is it going to be a 4 gate? I think it might be.
And first unit's going to be a Marine. He did have the gas for a Reaper. I think I would prefer the Reaper. It builds a little bit slower, but you can infinitely micro it versus Zealots. Slow Zealots can never actually kill Reapers.
Yeah, they're not... I mean, you can micro pretty well with Marines as well, but yeah, possibly better with a Zealot.
Yeah.
Reaper on.
Well, the problem is Marines are the same speed as Zealots, so every time they stop to shoot, the Zealot gets closer. So
yeah.
If you have multiple Marines on one Zealot, you can kind of do it where you don't take any damage. But one-on-one, you either don't attack or you take damage while you're attacking.
Yeah.
Alright, 2 Marines, and if the SCVs stay in the fight, I kind of like this. 3 SCVs and the Marines. No, the SCVs are on the pylon.
Oh no.
And the Marines can't kite backwards because they're blocked in by the pylon. Oh, this is
that's-
not good for tier.
Yeah. So. Yeah, this Zealot, oh god, already up to 5 kills and 2 more coming in.
And you're just gonna keep sending SCVs until that pylon dies. So
Oh no.
rip the economy. Oh, here's a Reaper, who immediately runs away. He's like, yeah, I don't want any part of this. I'm out of here.
Oh no, and that's up to 11 SCV losses now. Oh, tier is not dealing well with this.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, if there was the 2 Marines and 3 SCVs immediately jumped on the Zealot when the first Zealot arrived, I think it could have worked out well.
Yeah.
But those SCVs are hard-coded to deal with the pylon. Probably some anti-cannon rush code or something.
Yeah. Is that a cannon? No, that's not a cannon. That's good.
No.
Alright, I am going to call this though. GG is game 1 for Sharkbot.
There was a Reaper getting free kills on their side.
Yeah.
I mean, by free kills, I mean 1 kill, because the probe micro is pretty good.
GG there. Sharkbot taking game 1. And let's have a look at game number 2.
Yeah, I was just thinking what the best defense to that would have been. And I was originally thinking, okay, you build Reapers and use them to kite and eventually kill off the Zealots. But I think the best use of the Reapers is to actually go straight across the map and kill all the probes.
Yeah.
Because there's no cyber core, there's no stalkers on the way. And you can lift off your command center if things go terrible on your side.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is kill the probes and you win the game.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a good way of doing it. I think he had a Reaper across the other side, so, I mean, possible, but... anyway, good
Yeah,
to go
just
with
the one, unfortunately.
game 2 when you are.
All set?
Alright, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, up in the top right hand corner of Stargazers, looking to come back. It is Tia.
And up 1-0, we have Sharkbot, the blue Protoss, spawning in the top left. Once again, sending out 2 probes, so I can imagine it's going to be the same build.
It's going to be the same thing, isn't it? I mean, what could go
Let's see if Tier switches it up at all.
I mean, there is the back base, but, you know, I wouldn't expect that to make a difference yet.
Oh, no. Sharkbot? No, he's doing the same thing. Never mind.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing.
Imagine if Sharkbot walled off the ramp 4 tier. That'd be kind of funny. I'm sure he's smart enough not to do that with this probe, but
he's not walling off this time.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, could Tier get the wall up? Maybe? Oh, no, he is. There we go.
So he decided to go gateway before pylons this time. Maybe he did that last game too, and I'm just losing my mind. But I thought he built those pylons as soon as he arrived and then delayed the gateway.
So definite reaction there from Tier.
Third gateway's down. Now the probe harass begins. At least only 1 SCV chasing the probe this time, so a little bit better economy on the other side.
Yeah, not sure how much difference that's going to make. We might get an extra Marine out, which might make a big difference. Oh, if the Marines start going down sort of like the opposite side of the pylon, that's possible. That might make a difference, give them more room to micro.
Yeah. And he'll certainly do a lot better versus the first Zealot. Last time he just got trapped behind the pylon.
Yeah.
Like the odds of that happening 2 games in a row is very low. Like if you look where the Marine is now, he has plenty of room to kite backwards. The problem is following that 1 Zealot is 3 more Zealots, and Tier is just on 1 barracks, so... You know, 2 Marines versus 1 Zealot, nice. 3 Marines versus 3 Zealots, not so good.
No.
Actually, the SCVs are...
They
weren't stuck on the... They were not stuck on the pylon, they were prioritizing the pylon.
Yeah. But they've got
okay.
Oh god, no.
Okay, so yeah, as long as the pylons exist, everything dies.
Yeah. This is not good.
This is a tough part with scripted bots, you know, these little weird edge case scenarios that you don't expect your bot to get into. It's like, I'm coding siege tank positioning. It's like, no. There's also 100 things that can go wrong before you even start your factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a quick series, I think.
Unfortunately,
Don't
so
imagine Sharkbot will do anything different.
yeah. Still a couple of Marines out there. Oh, the Marines are just targeting the pylons, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it would have mattered. Like I
Yeah.
said, there's gonna be 3 Zealots against 3 Marines after the first Zealot dies.
Oh,
Because you need more than 1 barracks, and you certainly don't want to be building add-ons on the barracks.
no.
Yeah, it's
No.
kind of like a hard-coded build order, I think, and just no plan for this sort of facing this sort of cheese.
It's just one of those things that can go wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's really bad for Tyr to go out like this, but yeah.
And if you do code a response to a cannon or to a pylon in your main base, it's almost certainly that you're probably getting cannon rushed.
Yeah.
So even if you do respond to the pylon in your base correctly, it's probably based on the wrong assumption.
Oh, so there's a Reaper there trying to take out the Zealots, but I'm guessing even if the Reaper was just left alone, it would take so long to get through all of those Zealots that, yeah. Alright.
Zealots are not being smart.
Oh, okay. What's happening here?
I actually like the fact that they don't try to attack the Reaper, because they would never catch the Reaper anyways with
Yeah.
perfect micro. Okay, there they go. They're finally fighting again. But they need to continue on and kill structures and Marines and SCVs and depots and stuff. Okay, that's the end of that.
Yeah. Alright, GG. I will fast forward this. There we go.
I do something similar with my Hellbats. Like, you never actually chase after Zerglings with your Hellbats, because
Yeah.
you'll be chasing them all game long. You'll never actually catch them.
Yeah.
If they get in range of your Hellbat, you can attack them, but you never actually run towards units that are faster.
Alright. Okay, let's have a look at game 3 and see if Tyr can do anything different.
Sharkbot Eris Finals. I'm
Oh,
pretty happy about that, if that's where we're
I'm
headed
happy
towards.
about that. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's quite likely at the moment. But let's take a look at game 3, see if there's anything different coming out. Give me a shout when you're ready.
Yeah, just on loading screen at the moment.
Uh,
You can probably start your countdown now. I'll be in there in time.
Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, in the top left-hand corner, looking to come back from 2-0 down, it is Tyr.
And in the bottom right, missing 2 probes, it is the blue Protoss Sharkbot.
Oh, where could those 2 probes be?
Does that qualify as love? I don't know.
I think so.
He's sending much of something, but
Yeah. Oh.
yeah.
So, yeah, I think we've seen this twice before already. It is unfortunate stuff for Tyr.
Oh. What?
Yeah,
He didn't understand the ramp. Okay, there's a chance here.
Okay.
Sharkbot does not understand how the ramp is set up on this map.
Yeah, so there's still room to wall off.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to wall off. So, false hope. But if somehow he could have
It's
built his
hope.
barracks on
I'll
part of
take
the
it.
wall.
Doesn't matter if it's false or not. I'll take the hope.
Yeah, there's room for a barracks and a depot in there.
Yeah.
So basically, all this game did is find a bug for Sharkbot to fix to make this even more devastating next time.
Yeah.
Their gateway is on the way.
I mean, is it possible? Come on, Tyr. You can do it. Just wall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like any scenario, but the fact that Tyr prioritizes the pylons over zealots,
Yeah.
like everything's just gonna die instantly, including the SCVs and Marines. Maybe the zealots won't understand how to get into the base if they don't know where the ramp is.
No, I think
I don't think, like-
that's stupid. Yeah.
I'm down to the point where like we need to find a bug in Sharkbot for
Yeah.
Tyr to have a shot here. Okay, there's
there's one. There's one.
a little bit more of a wall. Will the depot distract the zealot?
No, no.
Yeah, it is. Well, he's going after SCVs before the Marines.
Yeah. Oh, so is
Okay.
he taking a little bit of damage there? No, it's not going to be enough.
Nah, it's alright.
So disappointing for Tyr. But alright. I don't know what else to say,
Building
really.
add-ons
Yeah.
on the barracks.
I mean, it's a reactor, so I'd rather have
I
that
think a good
tech
generic
lab.
piece of code is like, if any of your bases are under attack, don't build add-ons.
Yeah.
It's something that kind of works at any point in the game. You want to kind of prefer Marines. Unless this unit you're trying to build requires the tech lab, in which case you still build the add-on. But...
Alright, well, I'm going to call it there. GG, sorry Tyr. There we go. Sharkbot with taking a place in the final, and we are going to see Sharkbot versus Eris in the final. That's going to be a fun one for next week.
Eris having to run into the number 2 bot this week, and then now the number 3 bot next week.
Yeah, and
a number 3 bot that's being updated. That's a big difference as
yes,
well. Like MicroMachine, there's no surprise on what you're going to be facing. It could be anything versus Sharkbot.
But it is Shark Week next week, so
Yeah, that does
what
give
does
him the
that
advantage
say?
as well.
Maybe it's yeah, that's an extra 10% right there. Like, you know, so I mean, it's going to be a fantastic finals, I'm sure. And
Yeah,
we're
we'll get
also
to see. Yeah, we'll get to see Tier versus MicroMachine as well. We get to see that
yep.
Thor play probably again.
That will be
Yeah, it works
fun.
against a more
Yeah,
well-rounded bot in MicroMachine.
yeah. So that's in the third place playoff. That's going to be good. All right. Well, let's just quickly, before we go, take a look at the bracket. So yeah, as we were just saying, Eris with the 3-1 against MicroMachine. And, oh, wait, that's wrong. It's a 3-0. Sorry, I just typed 2 instead of 3. So it doesn't matter. And MicroMachine versus actually, yeah, I'm definitely gonna look forward to the Tier MicroMachine game as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan of watching these games, I think that's the ideal finals based on what we had in the semis.
Yeah.
Those are the two matchups I want to see as well.
Yeah, and I don't think Eris has yet faced a oh yeah, I was gonna say not faced a Protoss, but yes, the beat Sharpened Edge. So yeah, so that's gonna be a fun one. All right. Well, remember to join us next week, guys, 9 o'clock UK time for the finals. Thank you very much, Ketrock, for joining us tonight, and hopefully see you next week.
Yeah, see you guys next Sunday.
And thanks everyone
Another
else for
huge
tuning in.
viewership again.
I know
Forgetting viewers. Yeah,
we're getting viewers. It's brilliant. So
awesome.
yeah, no, thanks everyone for tuning in, and see you all next week. Catch you later.
See ya.